guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the video where I'm going to share with you 10 international baby boy names that we love but won't use. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Karyna. I'm a full-time mom. I have a daughter whose name is Michaela. She's 2.5 years old, and I recently had a baby boy. His name is Leonardo. So we had a list of names that we loved. I decided I should share them with you. It's always so hard to find a name. Well, at least this time around for me it was really hard. It felt like none of them was clicking, so we honestly watched probably every single video on YouTube about names. So I thought I'd share this with you because it's also hard for us, if you're new here, to find an international name. I speak Russian, I'm from Ukraine, my husband is from Peru, he speaks Spanish, and together we speak English, and currently we live in the USA. So it's a really hard task, and besides that, we also both have to like it. So, by the way, on this channel, I share my motherhood journey, my experience, ideas, tips and tricks to try and make motherhood and fatherhood a bit easier on you. So if this sounds like something you could get the value of, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon. I post every single Thursday. Make sure to don't miss out on my new content going live. And now let's get into those names. So as I mentioned, my baby boy's name is Leonardo, and this name was with us for a long time, and it felt like we got used to it and it was not that exciting, at least for me, so I was looking for more names. There was another name that my husband loved a lot, and it was actually an option for when Michaela was born if she would have been a boy. So the name is Stefano, and my husband's name is Bruno, so it was supposed to be Stefano Bruno. Sounds beautiful. And by the way, Leonardo is also Bruno. His second name is Bruno, Leonardo Bruno. I also love that combination, so that's why we named him. Here we're talking about names that we love but just didn't use and won't use. So Stefano is awesome. For people who speak Spanish especially, it is international name. You can call him Stefan without O in the end, which is like more of an Italian version of the name. But for me, as a Russian speaker, it's just hard to say it, especially with O in the end, Stefano. I couldn't imagine how I would really call him in real life. And also, I would really prefer to have an R, letter R in my son's name. So Leonardo has it and Stefano doesn't. I feel like names with R are stronger, and because he's a boy, I wanted something stronger for him. So the next name that we considered really strongly and almost named him until we actually found out that he is a boy is Nicholas. Nicholas is also another beautiful, great international baby boy name. My husband liked it, I liked it. We were thinking to call him Nico. Would be cool. Michaela, my first child, we call her Mika. We thought we'll have Mika and Nico. Again, it just does not sound as smoothly for me as a Russian speaker. For my husband who speaks Spanish, it was perfect. For them, male names that end with O are totally common. His name is ending with O. So again, the short version of the name, the nickname, was not exactly where I would like it to be, and the name did not have an R. So if you want to know, by the way, the day we found out that Leonardo is a boy, when we did gender reveal, we already thought that he's gonna be Nicholas. But then I just felt very strongly that his name is Leonardo. We just came back to the name that we always wanted to name our son, and we're very happy with it. So we did not use Nicholas, but I think it's such a beautiful name, and most importantly for us, international. Name number 3 is that at some point of time I honestly just fell in love with, and I really thought that this is it, this is the name. Name is Santiago. sounds so beautiful. I was imagining my son being all grown up, such a handsome young man, and calling him Santiago. It's so beautiful. It's a very meaningful name, like most of those are. It just sounds so stinking beautiful. But the short version of the name, again, did not work with me. Santi. I feel like Santi is way too sweet and way too soft for a boy. This is just how I feel about it. My husband liked it, he was okay with it, he was not in love. I consider it being an international name, something that is easy to pronounce in all three languages. Maybe not as easy for my grandmas who speak Ukrainian and Russian. They would probably understand this name less than every other one, and this is why he's not Santiago. The next name my husband loved, and even my best friend suggested this name. It's Mateo. Mateo, what a beautiful name! I like the sound of it, but again, I can't imagine calling my son Mateo. I just don't see having a son named Mateo. It's really hard to explain. I like the name, but I don't think I can call my son Mateo. Again, it's soft, a little too soft for my liking. It goes well with the middle name Bruno, but the short version, I couldn't see calling him Matt, Mati, maybe a little bit too Spanish for me as well, but I think it's also a great international name to use for international families. The next on the list is the name Andrea. A little too fancy for me, I would say. At some point of time, a few years ago, when we came up with the name Leonardo, sounded too fancy for me too, but I guess I got used to it. I really loved that name, and then I just got used to it. Maybe I would have gotten used to the name Andre, but again, just did not sit well with me. I think my husband was okay with it, also did not love it, but it was definitely on our list. So another great option for international families, easy to say in all three languages, short and sweet. It has the letter R, but just sounded a little too fancy and a little too French for me. Another one is Thomas or Thomas. Very international, very friendly for all the languages. You can call him Tom. Short and nice. Just couldn't see calling my son Tom. It was on our list because, like I said, we went through a ton of baby names and we did make a list of our favorites. It was really hard. So yeah, some of those names, I like them, but I just don't see myself using it. This is one of them. The next one is Lars. Lars, I was in love with it for a little bit. I was really convincing my husband to name our son Lars. It's a European name. I'm not quite sure which country it's from, but it's short, sweet, does not require a nickname, and it has a letter R. I could totally see my son named Lars, but my husband didn't like it. So he's not Lars, he's Leonardo. By the way, if you, I don't know if you can see, but I'm rocking Leonardo here in the bouncer, so my body might be moving a little weird with emotion. Here is my filming body. My filming body. My chickies, cutie chickies. Next one is Salvador or Salvador. I liked it. At some point of time, my husband really liked it. We really considered it. You know, something that really turned me off was the meaning of the name is savior, and for some reason I did not want to associate my son and connect him with this meaning. Even though the name we picked, Leonardo, means brave lion, it's very meaningful and maybe a little much. You know, some names, they don't have such a strong and straightforward meaning, but savior, I just didn't feel like this is what his name should mean, but it's a very beautiful name and very international, family friendly one. Another one, Raphael. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's very beautiful, and Unfortunately, my husband was not on board with this name, despite the fact that he loves tennis and Raphael Nadal is one of the best tennis players currently. I don't know why he didn't like it, because I would totally name my son Raphael. It's just so charming. It has that letter R, very first letter, very strong and soft in the same time, and just so charming. Again, I just imagined that young man, my son, standing there so handsome, and his name is Raphael. I don't know if I'm being a little weird explaining it in this way, imagining my son being a young man. I should probably imagine him being a baby first, how this name would sit with him as a baby, but you know, we're adults for the most part of our life, so I guess it's logical to imagine him being an adult, having this name with him for all his life. So yeah, Raphael is awesome name. Unfortunately, I was not able to use it for my son, but you definitely can if your husband or partner is on board. And again, beautiful, awesome choice for international families. And the last one is Romeo, another R name, soft and strong in the same time. Also might be a little too fancy like Andre, but I just love it. I could totally see naming him Romeo. In Russian there is name Roman, and probably this is how I would be calling him, Roma, Roman, because this is just a Russian version of it. Romeo is just so sweet and is definitely very much international and very beautiful and strong in the same time, and it's short, so it doesn't really require a nickname. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what were your favorite names from the ones I told you about. Do you think they are international? Do you think they are international family friendly? Do they sound great in multiple languages? Let me know what you think about it. And I hope this video was useful. If so, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon. I want to wish you an easy name picking journey because it can get rough. I'll see you next week. Bye.